What's up, everyone? Welcome back to King Anime Review. And for this video, I will be comparing Naruto to Hunter X Hunter. And yes, oh yes, it is time. It is time to debunk the nonsense. I've been waiting to do this for a very long time, so let's get right into it. Now, first off, let me start off with debunking the nonsense. It's a lot of people claiming that Naruto is a ripoff of Hunter x Hunter. Ridiculous. Let me explain why that makes absolutely no sense, no logical sense at all. And that's because Naruto was already thought out by the time Hunter x Hunter came out. For one, it's literally a 1 year gap between them. Therefore, that makes it basically impossible for it to be a ripoff, because Hunter x Hunter came out in 1998. Naruto came out in 1999. So for the people claiming that Naruto ripped off Hunter x Hunter as a whole, that makes literally no sense, because it was barely a year-long gap between them. And on top of that, Naruto was thought out before he even came out, obviously, because the pilot chapter of Naruto came out in 1997. So, and Naruto it was actually revealed that Naruto got, like, it came about the same time as One Piece. Like, it got, like, he joined Shueisha at the same time as One Piece, but it just took Naruto longer to come out and stuff, with the whole editors and Kishimoto planning out the series. But yeah, it came, like, it basically, Kishimoto got into Shonen Jump the same time as Oda did, basically. 1997, that's when Naruto started to be planned out. But yeah, so that's a very ridiculous claim. That's like saying Black Clover is a ripoff of My Hero Academia. You know, most people know that makes literally no sense if you know what time the series came out. My Hero came out in 2014. Black Clover came out in 2015. So how is it a ripoff? It's literally barely a year-long gap between the series. Makes literally no sense. And on top of that, even if Naruto was a ripoff of Hunter x Hunter, it would be better. It'll be Hunter x Hunter 2.0. It'll be a better version of Hunter x Hunter, because literally everything Naruto does, it does better than Hunter x Hunter. Now, let's get into it. So, let's get into the comparisons. Starting off with the characters, the main characters in Naruto versus Hunter x Hunter. This is a very easy comparison, because they both have 4 core main characters of the story. For Naruto, the main characters, the actual 4 main characters that are objectively, you know, the most important characters in the series, that are more important than pretty much every other character. That is Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Horino, aka Sakura Uchiha later on, and Kakashi Hatake. In Hunter x Hunter's case, they also have 4 main characters. And those 4 main characters are Gon Freaks, Killua Zodic, Kurapika Kurta, and Leorio. Now, Naruto, this is an easy W for Naruto. It's literally not even a competition. Because Hunter x Hunter, first of all, Leorio is literally one of the worst main characters in history. The guy is barely in the series. He was set up to be a main character, and he's basically in none. He's really in no arcs in Hunter x Hunter. Like, he's in the Hunter exams, and he's in the York New arc. And other than that, he basically disappears for the rest of the series. Literally, he was set up as being like, he's literally like on a poster of the first key visual. Like, he's set up to be like one of the main characters in the entire series, and yet he does basically nothing, and he's barely in any other, like, he's barely in arcs. Like, he's barely in any arc. And then you have Kurapika, who's barely in, like, he misses like half of the arcs in the series as well, and he's supposed to be one of the main characters. Like, he's really only in the Hunter exams in the York New City arc. Yeah, like, he misses the Reed Island arc. He misses the Chimera Ant arc. So yeah. In general, like, Naruto's way better when it comes to main characters. Most of the Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, they're pretty much involved in every major arc in the series, as well as Kakashi. They're pretty much in every major arc, aside from, like, maybe, like, Sasuke misses like a couple arcs here and there, but he's pretty much in every arc. And yeah, that's the case with that. And in terms of character development, Naruto wins hands down. A lot of people, another thing that people say, claim that Naruto ripped off Hunter x Hunter is Sasuke. They say Sasuke is a Kurapika ripoff, which makes literally no sense. That's literally one of the dumbest statements you can ever make, because literally Sasuke is, first of all, Sasuke is basically like the opposite of Kurapika. Like, they both have, there's a couple similarities that they have, but Sasuke is like the opposite. So let me explain how Sasuke is basically the opposite of Kurapika. So Kurapika, so both of them, the similarities is they both had their clans completely wiped out, and they both want to avenge their clans. So that's a similarity between them. And then they both have eye power. Literally, so what? 2 similarities. They both had their clan, or let's say 3 similarities. They both had their clan wiped out, and they both want vengeance They want to get revenge for that, and then they have an eye power. So 3 similarities, okay? Now, the thing that their characters, that's basically their only similarities. And their characters are drastically different outside of those 3 similarities. Now, having a similar event happen to you doesn't make you the exact same as another character. Like, that's like saying, oh, well, Naruto or Naruto's parents dying makes him literally the exact same as Goku because Goku's parents died. That makes literally no sense. So having a similar event like your clan wiped out, that doesn't make you the exact same as another character. And on top of that, the whole eye power thing, having a power doesn't make you the exact same just because you have a similar power. Like, for example, Luffy, he has the ability to stretch. That doesn't mean he's the exact same as Mr. Fantastic from Fantastic Four just because they both can stretch their body. Obviously, just because they have a similar power doesn't mean they're the same character. So that debunks those 2 things. And they both want vengeance. Okay, so they have a similar goal. That doesn't make them the same character either, because that's like saying, basically Asta or Deku is the same as Naruto just because they have a goal to be the number 1 person in their series or whatever, or or they want to be the top person in their series. Literally makes no sense. Now let me explain how they're different. So literally, like I said, Sasuke is basically the opposite of Kurapika because Kurapika prioritizes his friends over his goal. Whereas Sasuke, he does basically the exact opposite in Shippuden. Like, at first he considers, like, he doesn't want to, like, he tries his hardest to protect his friends and stuff like that. It's not like he's only focused on his goal, like he only cares about his goal or something like that. That's obviously not the case. Because he cares, he protects Naruto and Sakura multiple times throughout the series and even risk his life to save them. But in Shippuden, Sasuke pretty much leaves his friends and his comrades. He's not trying to put them in danger or anything, but he leaves to go on to try to fulfill his goal by himself. Whereas Kurapika literally sacrifices getting revenge during the York New City arc. He literally, puts that aside because he cares more about Gon, and like he basically puts his goal aside because he cares more about his friends. Whereas Sasuke, he still cares about his friends, but he put his goal ahead of pretty much everything else, which is why he left his friends. Yeah, he left his friends in order to achieve because he wanted to separate from them in order to achieve his goal and not put them in danger in the process. So, with all of that being said, yeah, Sasuke is obviously different from Kurapika. Plus, Sasuke has better character development. Kurapika's barely in the series at all. Like, he's in like 2 arcs and then he disappears for the rest of the series. And he doesn't come back. He doesn't really get back involved until, after the Chimera Ant arc. So, yeah, so he basically misses like half of the series, which is ridiculous. And then in Sasuke's case, Sasuke has way better character development. Like, he goes from being a guy who's willing to do anything to achieve his goal, and he goes from being like almost kind of, I'm not gonna say completely selfish, because he didn't, like, he wasn't trying to put anybody in danger or anything like that. He just wanted to kill Itachi throughout the majority of the series. But you can see in the 4th grade Ninja War arc, he literally turns into one of the most selfless characters in the entire series. Not one of the most. Like, he's willing to sacrifice his happiness and everything else just to bring about a peaceful world and to make things better for everybody. So Sasuke has way better character development, and that's pretty much factual. And so, yeah. And then, so that's basically the main characters. Sakura's better than Leorio. Sasuke is better than Kurapika and Killua. He's a better, he's the Deuterogonist of Naruto, and he's better than Kurapika and Killua. Naruto's better than Gon. Naruto has more character development and stuff. Naruto's better than Gon. Like, you can see how different Naruto is. Like, in the Pain arc, like, he's drastically different than how he was at the start of the series. Where at the start of the series, he was like, he was pretty much just, they called him a hyperactive knucklehead ninja. He didn't really think that much before going into battles. He didn't really plan things out like that. In the Pain arc, he's basically the complete opposite. He's a strategic character. He plans things out. He thinks about thinks before he goes into battle, etc. So yeah, that's the case with that. He's a lot more serious and a lot less goofy. Now, that's the case with that. Main characters, Naruto wins easily, hands down, to destroy Hunter x Hunter. Side characters, Naruto destroys Hunter x Hunter as well. There's a lot of characters in Naruto, a lot of side characters who are even more developed than the main characters in Hunter x Hunter. Hinata is a very well-developed character. She literally, she went from being this, shy, this shy girl who wasn't confident in herself at all. This very insecure girl, this very insecure, shy, timid girl who didn't like to hurt people or who didn't want to hurt people or anything like that. And she developed into a character who will be willing to fight to achieve her goals and to show that she can be a strong ninja as well. And she gained a lot of confidence in herself. She became very confident enough that she could, fight to make her goals, her dreams come true. And yeah, etc. Neji, Neji has great character development. Gaara has fantastic character development. Pretty most of the important side characters in Naruto have great character development. Hunter X Hunter, the side characters, most side characters in Hunter X Hunter are just there for one arc. Like, you have a group of side characters who are just there for the Hunter exams, and then you have another group of side characters who are just there for the Greed Island arc, like Biscuit, Kruger, for example. And then you have a group of side characters who are just there for the Chimera Ant arc. Like, there's really no consistency, and then on top of that, in terms of character development, the side characters in Hunter X Hunter don't even come close to Naruto. So yeah, Naruto wins in terms of characters overall, main characters and side characters. Naruto wins in terms of emotion. Naruto wins. Talk no Jutsu is some of the most well-written and emotional speeches in all of Naruto. Naruto's capable of relating to villains in the series and trying to understand them and stuff like that in the series. And yeah, Naruto's just better overall, more emotion. The deaths are better executed in Naruto, better executed, sadder deaths and stuff like that. Just in general, Naruto is better. In general, in terms of emotion, Naruto is better, has better comedies, more funny, etc. The fights, Naruto is better than Hunter X Hunter when it comes to fights. That's pretty obvious. Naruto has way better build up when it comes to fights. Naruto versus Sasuke, Part 1 was built up since it had over 100 episodes of build up, because it was basically built up and foreshadowed since the start of Naruto, and it finally happened like 135 episodes into the series, into the anime. And then Naruto versus Sasuke in Shippuden, that had like basically 500 episodes of build up, because that was built up since the start of Shippuden, and it didn't happen until the end of the series. So in terms of build up and foreshadowing, Naruto destroys Hunter X Hunter. In terms of fights, Naruto destroys Hunter X Hunter, has way better fights with way better build up. Both Hunter X Hunter have some good strategy in their fights for the most part, just like Naruto. But Naruto's better, has better taijutsu, is more entertaining, more enjoyable to look at and watch, and also has better strategy, and it has better, it's better in general, and it mainly has better build up, and the relationships between the people who are fighting are better in Naruto. Just they're flat out better in Naruto, and yeah, just in general, fights are better in Naruto. In terms of arcs, Naruto destroys Hunter X Hunter as well. Like literally, so Greed Island arc is terrible. One of the pacing for that arc is terrible. The Chimera Ant arc the pacing for that arc is terrible. It's literally like some episodes, it'll be like characters are literally moving in slow motion for like 5 straight minutes. So yeah, that's the case with that. Some very, very slow pacing. Characters are moving for like 5 straight minutes in slow motion while the narrator is narrating the episode. Yeah, so the pacing is really slow. The villains let me stay on the arcs for a little while. So some people think the Chimera Ant arc is the best arc in fiction. Actually, some people have actually claimed that, which is ridiculous. Let me quickly debunk that and prove why Naruto has a way better arc. And let's start off with the villain of the Chimera Ant arc. Miriam, he's literally evil for the sake of being evil. He literally just popped out of the womb automatically evil, and he's no logical explanation for why he turned evil or none of that. His only goal was to eat people. A very one-dimensional villain with a very bad goal, a terrible, very stupid, superficial goal, I guess you could say. And yeah, literally, he has no ideology. No, like he's literally just a plain villain. Like he's a mindless plain villain walking around. Oh, I just want to eat people. Garbage. Compare that to the ideology and the ways that and the things that we have with Naruto villains. You get logical explanations for how they turn evil. their overall thoughts on the world as a whole, and how they want to change things in the world and make things better, or just in general how they want to accomplish things and how they want to change things and stuff like that. Whereas Miriam, he just want to eat people. Makes literally no sense, because once he eats everybody on Earth, what is it for him to do after that? Literally, he eats everybody on Earth. Then what? Makes literally no sense. He's not planning anything out. Oh, he's just walking around. I just want to eat people. So after you eat everybody on a planet, then what are you gonna do? There's gonna be nobody else to eat, buddy. You're gonna run out of people, and then like in Naruto, obviously they wanna bring about a peaceful world and stuff like that, make things better, etc. That's the case with a lot of villains in Naruto. So Naruto has better villains, and like everything in Naruto is just built up better than Hunter X Hunter. Especially when it comes to the 4th grade Ninja War arc, that's way better than the Chimera and arc and any arc in Hunter X Hunter. So yeah, I went over emotion, fights, villains, build up, foreshadowing, characters, character development. When it comes to the world building, they're about equal. They both have good world building. When it comes to, I already went over comedy. They're pretty. Naruto is better in terms of comedy. In terms of, what else do we have? I mean, basically Naruto is just better than Hunter X Hunter, and basically every way possible. Naruto is just better than Hunter X Hunter. And let me get back to debunking some of the things that people say Naruto ripped off Hunter X Hunter. The Phantom Troop, that people say that the Akatsuki is a ripoff of the Phantom Troop. No, Akatsuki is way better. It's not like Hunter X Hunter is the first series to have a villain organization. That's stupid. That's a stupid thing to claim. Like Hunter X Hunter is the first anime in existence to have a villain group. That's dumb. Literally, many other anime before that had villain groups. Even Dragon Ball, like for example, had the Red Ribbon Army, and that came out basically like a decade before Hunter X Hunter came out. Over a decade before Hunter X Hunter came out. So yeah, so it's a pretty stupid thing to claim that just because Naruto has a villain group, that makes it a ripoff of Hunter X Hunter. Pretty stupid. Also, the Hunter exams. It's not like Hunter X Hunter is the first anime to have the first anime or manga to have a tournament arc, or like an exam type of tournament thing. Dragon Ball had tournaments. Yu Yu Hakusho had tournaments. Like it's not really anything unique. On top of that, Naruto did it better anyways. Like the Chunin exams is way better than Hunter exams. Also, when it comes to people talking about ripoffs, Dragon Ball. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's actually stated that Hunter X Hunter took inspiration from Dragon Ball. There's a lot of things in Hunter X Hunter that are blatantly ripoffs of Dragon Ball. Like Miriam, for example, he's literally just a mix of Cell and Frieza. I'm pretty sure the creator, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the creator even said that Miriam is basically a mix between Cell and Frieza. And not only can you tell that by just the way he looks and stuff, but literally everything about Miriam is just pretty much a ripoff of either Frieza or Cell. He's very much like Cell. That he's very similar to Cell in the sense that he's an insect that literally he's basically an insect that just like Cell. Pretty much he's an insect. He's based off of like insect, like how Cell pretty much hatched out of an egg, and then he shed his skin and he started to grow and stuff like that. Pretty much the same thing as the Chimera and Hunter X Hunter. On top of that, literally he's just like he's just like Frieza in the sense that he's a one-dimensional villain, evil for the sake of being evil. Literally basically no logical explanation for how he turned evil, just evil for the sake of it. Really, he's just a mix of Frieza and Cell, and he's really not a good villain at all. In fact, he might even be worse than those two. But yeah, that's the case with that. And yeah, in general, yeah, Hunter X Hunter is just, Hunter X Hunter is pretty decent, but it's not as great as Naruto. And for people who claiming it's a ripoff, Naruto is nowhere near a ripoff of Hunter X Hunter. So yeah, in general, yeah, Naruto wins. Naruto is better than Hunter X Hunter in pretty much every category. It's not even close. It's not even a competition. Naruto just flat out destroys Hunter X Hunter. And with that being said, yeah, that's what I got to say about this video. That's all I got to say for this video. If you guys like the video, please drop a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that channel notification bell to be notified on all of my future videos. And You know, drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video in the comment section below. And share the video all over the internet. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Every promise I've been praying for.